Thank you, TJ Hunt, for getting me addicted to NOS. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it is appreciated. Super excited for today's video. It has been a little over a month now since I filmed. My camera took a crap on me. Been trying to get it fixed. It doesn't look like it's gonna get done. So I'm gonna have to buy a new camera at some point. So for now, it is vlogging on the cell phone, which the video quality isn't bad, and I'm using my mic, so the audio should be good as well. But either way, excited for today's video. For one, getting to film again, and two, I introduce you guys to my new car, as well as I have an update on just about every one of my vehicles, as well as some updates for the channel, I believe. So super excited about that. But before wasting any more time, I know I gave you guys some tips and hints of the car that I might buy. I didn't end up going with one of those. I will explain in the video a little later of why I went with the car that I did and not one of the other ones. But either way, I think you guys will be excited with the car that I bought, and after I talk about it a little more. But enough, talking for now. I will go ahead and show you my daily, and enjoy.
I'm so lost in a world of black seas now. Lost in the water, got me looking for the keys now. I don't know myself, I probably switch up on my G's now. I drink half the bottle just to dash away the fees now. I chose all these things, I know. I take all the blame, I put it on me, I know. All these goofy niggas tryna block me, I know. All these fake goons say they run the fucking code. Drama, fuck the drama. I only came to get the motherfucking.
Alright guys, so this is my new Infiniti Q50. I have had it now for about a month. I haven't introduced you guys to the car yet just because I did want to do a few things to it before I did show it on the channel. And yes, that does mean that I have had the car for less than a month, and I already did start buying car parts for it. Trust me, Yasmin was not very happy with me for doing that, but at the same time, I didn't go too crazy with the parts that I bought, but in a way, I'm almost finished with it at the same time, which is really interesting. But I'll go ahead and show you what parts I already bought for it, and kind of give you an idea of where I am going with it. And obviously, once again, this isn't one of the cars that I had, suggested at months ago, but it is something that meets all the requirements that I was looking for, and I can kind of go over that less than a minute. But again, before you get upset that I didn't buy an R32 or, one of the other cars I may have mentioned, trust me, this car is sneaky beautiful in multiple ways. I will go ahead and show you why and explain why the other cars just weren't gonna do what I needed them to do for me. But before I show you completely where I'm going with it, let me go ahead and show you guys what I've done. So I'll go ahead and post a picture now of what the car looked like when I first got it, and in comparison to now and the things that I've done. Lip for my new Q50, I did do a chrome delete, so all the chrome, and I can show you guys the rest, but all the chrome that was previously on this car is now blacked out. I also bought eyelids for it, which always make the car more, look more angry and more aggressive. Obviously, I got them on my 350. I had to get them for the Q50. I did also get a side skirt for it, or a side splitter, I apologize. Those aren't aftermarket pieces. I just painted them to go with the side splitter and the front lip, but it still looks good. And blacked out all the emblems and the chrome pieces that are there, as well as I bought this little duckbill wing to go with it. Now, to black out all the chrome, I did take a couple different approaches depending on what it was. On pieces like this, I did just go ahead and spray paint. And once again, as you guys may know from the painting of the 280ZX, my spray painting abilities are pretty good for the most part, so this came out pretty smooth. And then little parts like this, I did just go ahead and use a vinyl wrap. I was going to use vinyl wrap for all the chrome pieces, but I'm still relatively new with vinyl wrap, and a lot of the harder stuff, that honestly probably wouldn't have been too bad. But like the front pieces and stuff like that, I did try and vinyl wrap, and it just was too much of a pain for me. Let's have a 3.7 liter VQ. It is all-wheel drive, and the interior is super nice. Obviously, it's not nighttime, so you can't see the little thing, but I believe I have a clip showing what that looks like at night, which is kind of dumb, but also one of my favorite parts of the car. The interior is really nice. Already have the kids' car seats back there, but super nice and luxurious inside, which is awesome. Now, all those pieces together, once again, don't seem like a lot, but most Q50s don't even have a lot of that basic stuff on there, which didn't cost me all that much. I was able to do it, and remember, I bought this car less than a month ago, and literally 2 days after I purchased this car was when I went and ordered the front lip. I ordered the vinyl wrap, I ordered the eyelids, I ordered the spoiler, I ordered the side skirts. 2 days of owning a car, and I started spending money on it because I obviously have a problem and cannot have a stock car because it bugs me and it hurts my soul. Once again, I got updates for some of the other cars because, hey, they're kind of stock and it bugs me and hurts my soul. If you're still unhappy with my purchase, I will go ahead and put a picture here and here of what a Q50 looks like when it has a nice set of wheels, air suspension, and all the little bits that I put on, you know, plus or minus a couple of them. You have a different take on this car. If you had a opinion about it before, now seeing what they look like when they're all done up is something completely different. Trust me, Q50s were never something that I imagined as a car that I wanted until there was one I almost bought up in Minnesota that was on bags, had the aero, was really done up, really nice, and everything that I wanted. However, that one had a salvage title and the guy wanted way too much for it. One I got for a great deal, and once again, I had a huge list of things that it had to check off for me, and this car meets them all, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys now what those items were and why, sadly, I couldn't go with one of the other cars. So, item 1, it had to fulfill my car enthusiast, side. It had to be something that I would enjoy driving every day, that would make me happy, that would bring me joy. I didn't want to buy a car that, that was like a Toyota Camry or something, and trust me, the new Camrys are really nice, but I wanted something that every time I get out of it and I look back at it, I am happy with what I'm driving. Another item that had to be met was, as a realtor, I couldn't drive around in something that was too, I'll say, ricey in the aspect that I feel like it would get, which I'm trying to get across, but something that is too loud, too childish in a way. As much as I love this car, it's not really professional for me to always show up and, showing houses in this car. I needed something more, what's the word that I'm looking for? Conservative. I needed something a bit more conservative and nice looking that would, in a way, scream professionalism, success, but again, also still fulfilled my car enthusiast side. I also needed to have big enough back seats that my kids wouldn't be cramped in, and a car like the R32, unless I got the 4-door, and I really don't like the 4-doors, I wanted a 2-door if I got an R32, it would have been too hard to fit the kids in there. So with that being said, I hope that you guys don't hate me for not getting an R32. I really wanted one. I'm not saying that I'm not going to get one. I mean, at some point, I am sure that I will still try and get an R32. Also, I did try hunting for an R35 everywhere that I could. That was in a price range I was comfortable paying. Obviously, that would have been the dream daily. There was some issues with that. Obviously, that one, I couldn't find it in the price range that I wanted. It's a GTR. You're not going to find them cheap. Number 2, if I bought that car, I wouldn't have been able to do any modifications to it for a while. I would have been struggling to save up money for our wedding. I wouldn't have been able to do any other upgrades to the other cars. It would have, in a way, put a halt to the channel because it would have limited me so much on what I would have been able to spend on any other car because the payments would have been, that much higher than what I'm paying on my other car now. So if you guys cared of why I went with this and not one of the other cars, hopefully you guys understand now and are also happy with the decision that I made, because I am very excited to get this car to where I see it being no later than next year. I should have air suspension for it, hopefully next year, unless obviously something else happens. But I do want to boost this still at some point. For the most part, this is done. There are a couple little things I do want to get done to it, but nothing really major other than a turbo kit. But that, bags will be awesome, and some new wheels. The wheels for sure will come sometime before the year ends, but the air suspension probably won't happen until next year unless some other miracle happens, which it may. Now, as I had stated, I have other updates for you guys that I will go ahead and talk to you guys about now of each one of the other vehicles. So hopefully this video isn't too long. If it is, I apologize. Update for the 280ZX. I did get the front bumper put on. Turns out, for the most part, the insides were pretty good. I do have to do a tiny bit of sanding, not too much, but this is how it looks like with the hood. Still super happy with how that came out. Yaz is really happy about it. We do either want to put a grill there or an intercooler once we boost this, or buy a new motor for it or something. So we'll have to figure that out, but either way, with the hood on, it looks really good. You guys saw the 280. I was working on this spoiler. I do need to do a tiny bit more sanding. It's a bit dirty right now, but all this is pretty much sealed up on the inside. You guys can go back to previous videos, and there were gaping holes right there. This is all nice and sealed up on the backside. Again, it looks a little rough, but trust me, it's all nice and smooth. As well as I did extend the sides of this as once again, the spoiler isn't meant for this car, so they were kind of sucked in. I think it stopped about here, so I did go ahead and extend both sides to go ahead and go out to the edge. Looks really good. Sadly, my car's in the way, but at some point I will go ahead and show you guys what it is looking like. You know, with the wing and everything on it. Looks really good. Now I just have to get the bumper done and the door cards done, which we will be sending this to Belen sometime within the next couple months. So with that, Mania started talking about what she wanted to do with the GTI, as originally she was talking about getting rid of it and getting a car that was big enough for the kids. But as I got the Q50, which is big enough for the kids, has enough room, kind of what she was looking for to begin with, she did decide that she does want to keep the GTI, and right away started saying a couple little things that she wants to do to it. So as soon as I heard that, I started looking for parts, picking out stuff that she likes. Obviously, talking to her, it is her car. But it's pretty safe to say that there are going to be some parts coming for her car, you know, sometime soon. Maybe even sooner than she thinks, but you got to subscribe to the channel to find out how quickly. Anyways, with that being said, obviously that's not the only car that we have here. We have trusty Pat the Pathfinder that is now just sitting on the side of the house. But the good thing is now that, again, that is good, and I have a daily that I can drive in the winter, got the kids, all that stuff. That means that I can do whatever I want to this beast. I think the last vehicle that I have some updates for is my son's Power Wheel. Now, I've been wanting to do some stuff for this for a while. I told you guys a long time ago I was going to vinyl wrap it. We did have the vinyl wrap. Man, yes, tried wrapping it. It just was not happening. That vinyl wrap is not a good quality vinyl wrap, which it did not want to work with us at all. So sadly, that was out. However, as you can see, my old front splitter is sitting on top of it. I do have my new one on there, but it gave me kind of an idea to use this for some custom aero pieces for his car, such as maybe a front splitter of his own, some side skirts, maybe even a big wing. Who knows? Either way, I do have some plans for this. I should be dropping a video for this probably within the next couple weeks, but super excited to be doing stuff for his car, as I've been telling him forever we would do some stuff to his car, and I feel really bad about it. Now, I think that's all the updates. I think that's everything I have to talk about. Hopefully this video isn't too long. Once again, if you stayed this long, I appreciate you. And if you stayed this long and you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, as I appreciate every one of you that subscribe. I appreciate every view, everything. Thank you guys. But super excited. Again, tons of videos coming out. If you didn't figure it out from this video, I have 280Z videos coming out. We have GTI videos coming out. We have Q50 videos coming out. We have Pathfinder videos coming out. We have working on my son's Power Wheel. We have videos for front bumper extensions coming out. We have tons of stuff, and I'm sure there are videos that are going to be coming out that I didn't even mention yet. Actually, I know for a fact there are. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully everybody's safe out there with the coronavirus and everything. Hopefully this stuff ends soon and we can get back to cars and car shows. I miss car shows so much. This was supposed to be the year that I debuted my car with 3-piece wheels on it and proper fitment and all that good stuff, and I got screwed out of it, so that sucks, but it is what it is. Either way, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Once again, tons of content to come. Everybody stay safe out there. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.